Yo, once again, man, when when I get a chance, man, I watch my brother Sarnetta, who's bringing the most powerful information. He's talking to everybody and bringing relevant information, man. This is your brother Priest Daniela. Tune in to Black News 102, Sarnetta TV, How to Consciousness. I say shalom.
See, y'all niggas don't know. Me and Sarnetta go way fucking back like LL's headline, like seats in a Cadillac. A lot of you new niggas don't know. You know what I'm saying? Sarnetta probably don't want this story out, but one time I won 2/5. Some nigga, way back. This is what, about 15 years ago? No, about 10, 11. Some niggas came and ran up on your table, shit like that. And so I was like, yo, the nigga ran on the table. We said, what? Where? Told me. Went around the corner, boom. That shit never happened again. So all you new niggas that's rolling with Saw, if God feels it, all y'all niggas, all you brand new Uncle Cat niggas, all you brand new niggas, you brand new niggas. What? Let's say if Sankofa, and I'm being snitch, let's say Sankofa shot somebody right now and killed them, right? Or I did, or whoever. We would get 20 to 40, right? If a police officer shot and killed somebody, he's not going to get that amount of time. Because what's going to happen is they're going to have plausible reasons and plausible causes of why he may have pulled his gun or shot the person. But that's not fair based upon the person losing their life. And then you got to go through lawsuits of gaining money back, but you can never get a life back. So it's the same for a murder in the street. He gets a certain amount of time to pay back for the life that he took. The same should happen for a police officer. Now, people are saying, oh, you can't get on all police, all cops. Now, if you got good cops, then why not the good cops speaking out against the bad cops? Why ain't the good cops saying, look, we're going to bust our guns on these bad dudes? You know what I'm saying? So it goes back to a situation where the people got to come back to police and police ourselves because they're not for our community. Now, one of the cops that got killed, I think in Dallas, he had some KKK shit or some, he was part of white supremacist things on his website, but they're not talking about that. They're not going in on a cop that last week ran over 4 people in Brooklyn, and he was known to be an alcoholic, drinking. They're not going in and condemning him. So I say this with that. Now, what we're going to do just for the public eye, we're going to put out videos of our encounters with police. Because the way we get down with police is a different story. You know what I'm saying? And it's a matter of how everybody can do it because they serve you. But you have to let them know that. And the key thing is to know certain words what to say to them. Certain words in their own code books to say to them so they check themselves. If a police officer comes to you without his hat off, he's out of uniform. That's in his directives. So the first thing you ask, how do I know you're a police officer? You out of uniform. Let them know that. The directives tell you and you give them a number. Boom, boom, boom. And so they refer to that and they deal with you in a certain situation and they get a little antsy. You know, our clan had police say, you guys got mace. You got mace. And we laugh at them. Right? Remember, we laugh and say, mace. It's pepper spray. It's a difference. But they lock people up and they give them a 10103-E for carrying pepper spray, but they use that for mace. Now you can get pepper spray in a pharmacy, but people don't know that. You know what I'm saying? So they stop you and charge you with that and say that it's mace. They can't sell you mace. It's 2 different things. So we had a situation where we told police that and, you know, we do how we say. And they actually told me and said, why you being a dickhead? And I had to turn around, you know, smile, you know, they walked away. The thing is, you just have to know how to deal with them. It's their job to harass you, not to serve and protect you. That's their job. Because they deem us as fucking animals. They deem us as beasts. But our problem is, as black and Hispanic people, we don't deem them as animals. When you see a white man, he's a fucking animal. Now, many people won't agree with that. When you see a white cop, he's worse than an animal. He's on a hunting mission. So when he got the gun, he's itching. He's like this. So when they approach you, you have to know when they're coming. You got to know what they're coming for. Ask them, how can I help you? Why? Because they are to serve you. So when they run up on you, it says, how can I help you? You know what I'm saying? Well, we heard this, well, nothing's going on here. You have to direct the situation and let them know what's going on in your circumference. Now, these are facts, and we're going to prove this and put it out there with our own videos showing you how we deal with the police department and these people. So as far as that's concerned, fuck crooked cops, fuck them all, and fuck the people that support crooked cops and the killing of our people. Because when you look at it from a certain situation, just because one brother, he may have bust his guns and shot somebody, another brother, America has always dealt with murder and bloodshed. Always, since its inception. If you look at America, its history, they only had 21 years of peace. You can look this up, 21 years of peace. America has always been at war. They've been at war civilly in here, and they've been at war outside of the country. So how could this be a God-fearing, peaceful country when it's all about war? Nobody calls war on nobody like America does. But we're not seeing this. And so it's a beautiful thing that Donald Trump is here, Hillary Clinton. Because you can look back her history with her husband, they are superb, supreme murderers. These are facts. You can go back and look up something called the Clinton Chronicles. And you'll see back in Arkansas, they was putting motherfuckers to death. They was killing people. Okay, anybody said something about them, they was dropping them like flies. Now we can bear witness when we used to teach over here on 125th Street, when Bill Clinton first went to the building Adam Clayton Powell. Hillary came around. We cursed her ass out. Guess what? Cameras was put right on the spot by McDonald's where we used to teach back with side down on the side. Cameras was put, and they said, and they tried to rush us off the block. We move by our own volition, and we know that. And I actually, where ISBK teach at, where the CVS is, it used to be a parking lot. And that's when Khalid Muhammad came around. When we was over there, and we did our thing, whatever, and Hillary Clinton came around, we gave her the same business. Her, all them cats with them, and that's when they tried their little excursion to push us off. Now, we're going to bring forth video so you can see this, how bad it is and sad it is. It's a real thing. It's war here in America.
What's your take on Donald Trump?
Oh, Donald Trump? I love Donald Trump. I love him. I love that motherfucker, man. You know why I love him? Because he keep it real. This is how all white people feel. Donald Trump is a billionaire. Now, he didn't become a billionaire because he was a genius, because he had ingenuity, because he was smart. He became a damn billionaire off of grants, which anybody can do. And his father, he started from his father. His father was using grants, and that's all he continued to use. One thing that he puts money into is grant writers. Look it up. And his grant writers write certain grants for him to fund money because he has property, but he has filed bankruptcy more than any millionaire here in New York. So when you understand this, how you deal with this man knows what he's doing. He's a propagandist. They're using him. Because all Trump can tell you about, you're a nigga, you're a spick, I'm a brother. So everybody's like, oh, I hate that. So while you focus on that, they let the real devil in. So the bottom line, I love Trump. The reason why you need him in office, so we know where it stands. Okay, we know who he wants. He hates blacks, he hates Hispanics, he want to go to war, so let's go to war. You understand? It's real simple. But Hillary don't tell you that.
Hillary gonna rock you to sleep.
Rock you to sleep.
Trump gonna keep your ass awake.
Just like all you niggas in Harlem, Sinetta included. When Bill Clinton came in, y'all loved them motherfuckers. Nah, they loved Bill when he came because they said, oh, first black president. We got to understand Hillary Clinton, her job is to get this war going. It's a war. And we got to understand this. Race wars are inevitable. Anybody saying no peace, a race war is going to happen. Period. Period. It has to happen. It's just like you have the atomic bombs and nuclear bombs. Once you split an atom, you can't put an atom back together. So this is why they have silos to blow these bombs up, because they know that they have to blow at a certain period of time. So it's the same thing. Racism is a powder keg. You know, a powder keg. When you understand this, how can they talk about Mexicans and Hispanics when Arizona, California, everywhere was what? It belonged to them. But yet they took it away. And yet they call them aliens. The white man's a fucking alien to America, North America, and South and Central America. Why? Because he came from the caves of Europe. That's right. But he won't tell you that. So he's the true alien. But when is everybody going to stand up? Got you, King. When everybody going to stand up and make that presentable? We got to make that presentable instead of cats like Garfield talking shit about Hebrews. Sinetta. When we going to make that known instead of cats like Garfield talking shit about Hebrews. You ain't think I'm watching? My think tank is watching, and we're gonna eat this nigga alive. Okay? We're gonna eat him alive. Breakfast, lunch, and dinner. We're gonna eat him alive. No, snacks too. We're gonna eat that nigga alive. But see, when I only threw that in there just to say we can deal with each other on that level, but just show you how weak that is. You know what I'm saying? Because you got to get information, all of us, whoever, to go information with them. When you deal with public office, how these niggas, the only cat that I can respect in office is Charles Barron, out there in East New York. You know why? Because he's still in East New York. He never left East New York. His office is there. Everything that he brings about for the people is there. You can still see him riding the train, man. That's a real, what you would call a politician for the people when you deal with those kind of politics.
You don't buck dance when you ask him anything.
That's what I'm saying. So if you go on that route and you go on that way, you got to get with people that's sticking for the people in that area. And that's all that is. And Garfield's going to get his ass whooped real soon. And y'all best believe this shit. Because listen, we animals, man. We feast on the prey. You understand? He's got, because all that shit he talking about, Israel, the name Israel come here, we got something for that shit. That shit is bullshit. That shit is bullshit. It's like all the other shit they said. And salute to all the Hebrew Israelites out there. Hey. Salute to all the blacks and all our people out there, man. Salute to everybody. We see you, man. Go ahead, King.
Can I ask you one simple question? What you said a while ago about the race war. Mm-hmm. Do you mean a race war or do you mean the government versus us? Because there's a difference. Right. The government have the tanks, and we know that's a part of white supremacy because the government is controlled by white supremacy. Absolutely. So do you mean a race war in that sense? Absolutely. Because I don't think the 85% or the 95% who's broke are suffering and doing the same shit. I don't think they're going to, I mean, if they got to draw a color line, hell yeah, they're going to draw with the white folks. Right. But when you say racial war, do you mean the government orchestrating, even if Obama is in power, right, against us?
All right, we'll touch on the last part and get to the first part. Obama was the worst thing that happened to black people in office. Okay, when and it's a fact. No, brother, it's the truth, and I know it's the truth, right?
Yes, sir.
You agree with that?
Yes, sir.
And here's why: when Obama, when all this shit was going on, Obama, what he did, what's that plan? What they did for the people, the surplus plan, when they was signing, he was signing checks for people to do, right. And then they talk about that bastard. Bush. Obama sent more blacks and Hispanics to war than Bush ever did in his 8 years. These are facts. But this is what Obama did. Obama was the one that pushed the homosexuality. Obama had pushed it so hard that every state accepted it. Every senator everywhere accepted it. So when we look at it, it's kind of sad. But now back to what he said on the beginning part. The race war is going to happen on this aspect. The streets actually govern and the people govern what actually happens in politics. That's why people in government, politics, what they do, they have to politic what's going on in the world, in the streets. So they have to figure out a way how to bring this, the masses here, or those who agree with this. So when I say that, when you look about the tanks, a lot of our people are scared of the tanks, scared of the guns, scared of all these things. But when you look everywhere throughout the world, they will pick up stones and throw it at the military. They'll pick up stones and throw it at the tanks. They'll take their little gun, pat, pat, and shoot at the military. So this is how coups happen, and this is how governments have to change. Why? According to the people. Now, if you look out here, you got gangs, you got your Bloods, your Crips, your Netas, Latin Kings, so on and so forth. You got you got all sorts of things. Black power groups. Why is it that people can't rise up against this government? Because we've been taught how to be pacified. You know what I'm saying? So this is why we won't go against the government. Well, they got tanks, they got guns. We know that. That's easy. Why you think it's such a mass fear? When they had the first shooting, they had to have Obama speak. When the cops in Dallas got shot up, Obama had to speak because he know it's more niggas with guns than cops. It's more niggas with guns in the military. So when we understand this, it's not from the governmental perspective, it's from the perspective of the people on the land. That's where it comes from, King.
Well said, man. Well said. I appreciate it. You know what? Let's officially meet. This is the first time we officially meeting, man. Peace and blessing.
I met your ass talking shit on camera. I'm gonna destroy your ass.
Don't worry about it. Hey, guess what though? I'm waiting. I'll wait for that. We could do it anytime. I'm ready. Dagger squad up. But listen, man, enough respect for everybody coming out to the beautiful cookout that we got here. Got ISUPK, got AOC, we got my brother Daniela. And you know what, man? The brother does speak some truth, man. I gotta agree with him. Because at the end of the day, man, when this government said we had enough of these niggas, it's time to go. What you gonna do? And I don't know if you want to answer this question, brother. I don't know if you want to get pulled in this, but what do we do right now? What's your solution right now, this minute, for police brutality, or what's a solution for people right now who don't know what to do? Period. As far as dealing with cops, you gave a good information about how to deal with cops on a daily basis. But what about the people who are just living here for like 40, 50 years, family generations, and they don't know what to do right now because they think there's going to be a race war, and they need to, like, do we leave the country? Do we go move down south? Do we go buy some farmland and move? What do we do right now, this minute?
The main thing is police our own communities. We got to mobilize. And the mobilization comes through a lack of fear. You know what I'm saying? Because resources there. Your phone is a resource. You know what I'm saying? There's something called Cop Block. They got a lot of things out there that will help you deal with policing. You know what I'm saying? And help you in your community. So when you come together, because it's an easy thing, me being a Hebrew Israelite, to tell you to go back to the scriptures. And the reason why I would say this is because when they see me walk, see our brothers walk, whatever, they know that's some Israelites. So they have a second guessing within themselves how to deal. That's why they say leave them alone, whatever. They'll do the same thing with a Moor with a fez on. They'll do the same thing with other Kemetic people. But when you're walking around looking like Joe Schmo, your ass is going to get shot. And we can prove this through Amadou Diallo. He wasn't dressed in his African garb. He wasn't dressed with his dashiki. He was dressed like a regular nigga from Harlem. And what happened? He got shot like a regular nigga from Harlem. So these are facts when you deal in a certain zone and you have a certain attire as a people. You know, culture is very important. It's one thing to teach a Kemetic thing, you know, or Cometian or whatever, Egyptian, Israelite thing or whatever. But when you dress with your little Nikes and you dress with your stuff that don't fit your cultural attire or the cultural speak, police look at you from that perspective. Because you got to understand, they say, okay, here's the dress code. All of them that wear red baseball caps and they had the C's and all that, whatever, we're going to get them. All of them that had the little Nikes on, they go by a cultural dress code and how they attack the community. So all those that are in the teaching aspect, you have to realize your culture, how you dress, what you present, that's a part of the problem and solution in itself. So I say all this to say, to answer you, is that the policing begins with ourselves and how we act and conduct ourselves, not just with information, but coming together with the people and just dealing out there in them streets. You know what I'm saying? That's it.
Yeah. Well said, brother. Well said. Yeah, man. So listen, ladies and gentlemen, as he just said, I don't know if Asar said he saw me on the channel. I don't know if he's familiar with my conflict resolution center, where I said that why don't we just put a plan together where we got the ISUPK, AOC, all these brothers who the police respect. Why don't we just set up a 24-hour hotline so we know the brothers are disciplined and they break up different conflicts in the community? Instead of we calling the cops, we set up a hotline, call the brothers, because the brothers could talk people down because they're respected in the streets. So you have the Nation of Islam, you got the Moors, you got the Israelites. Why don't we put a hotline together where we could set up a conflict resolution where we police our own communities, so we could just call on these brothers instead of we calling the cops? And you know what the cops do when we meet up with them?
You can't put the Moors with the Hebrew Israelites because they are integrationalists. The Moors are integrationalists, total two different groups. So you know you gotta let them get ahead and love everybody, man.
Oh my God, man! I ain't even gonna respond to that. But let's just say we need to police our own communities. The bottom line. Hey, Sar, you heard your man, right? You heard your man Hashar, right? He said he watching me. He getting ready for me. He don't know it's the Dagger squad here, man. You know what I'm saying? Yo, shout out to Amirah squad. Shout out to Ngozi, Team Osiris, and the crew. Yeah, man.
Shout out to Eliza Israel. Shout out to UPK. Shout out to AOC. Shout out to all Israel HOD.
Tell
Go Bills, finish.
Tell Hashar I'm ready right now. You know what I'm saying, son? Tell him I'm ready right now. That's how Dagger squad do it. But it's all love, though. And it's funny. It's funny. It's funny. I've never met the brother, but the brother knows me, and I know of the brother, so it's all love. You know what I'm saying? But I'm ready right now, so you know how I work with the Dagger Squad. But listen, man, just like how these brothers came out here and support ISUPK, that's how all Israelite groups should be, man, in one accord and support one another. You know what I'm saying? Because when this comes to this beast, I'm telling y'all right now, this beast, when he's ready to rock y'all, he don't care where you're from, where you're blue, black, you're purple, black, he's gonna rock you. See what I'm saying? So if we're not united, definitely they're gonna take us out.